This is Dr. Tosin, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Tosin's Surgery. For those watching on YouTube, welcome. If you have the chance, just press the subscribe button down on the right hand or the left hand corner, one of those corners. Hit the subscribe button. And today, what we're going to be talking about are the impact the coronavirus is having on us, how to stay healthy, and just have a chat, a call to action to hotel companies, to billionaires, people that can help make an impact. Doctors are on the front line doing things. We need the extra hands and the extra help as much as we can get. First off, thank you to companies out there that have put on their Twitter pages offering things like free accommodation, discount vouchers for doctors, 50% off. There's a long list of companies that did that. Costa Coffee was offering free coffee to doctors at work. That's obviously with them closing, that's all stopped now. And different hotel companies have been offering bed spaces for NHS staff that have not been able to make it home. And I'd say we say a big thank you to all our NHS staff. And just to remind everybody, NHS staff still includes doctors, nurses in no particular order, healthcare workers, cleaners, porters, secretaries, everybody that makes the whole engine run. They are quite key and important to how the system works. Ward clerks as well. Just a big thank you to everybody. We are doing our best to try and stem and flatten the curve of the COVID-19 virus. So today I'm at home, staying at home with my family, and I'll be putting up tips and tricks on what I've done today to help keep entertained with the family and get things going. So I posted a recent post on Instagram recently on what to do to keep busy, to keep yourself going through this period of hashtag lockdown, stay at isolation or quarantine, whichever one applies to you. So let's just go through that again. First things first, like I said, is try and establish a daily routine. I've tried to get a routine out today for the kids, starting with me in my morning, doing my daily gratitude journaling, and getting my exercise in. With the kids, with the homeschooling, we've got lots of homework from the school, and there are lots of free online resources for teaching. And we've gone through a couple of homework with my kids, my son and my daughter. Basic math and English, and there's not really new, it's a coding game that they play that helps them learn tips and tricks about coding. That was also good as well. So with that routine there, we build things into the day, and I just try to come up with ingenious techniques to keep them busy. The weather is good out now, so we got them in the garden, keeping them entertained, running around, playing football. I've got a trampoline, so I spent a lot of time on that trampoline. One of my colleagues at work gave me a nifty trick for them to do, and it was simply for them to paint my fence. That was just to give very good almost 2 hour work for them. So I've got water paint, got a lot of that, mixed it up for them in little plastic disposable cups, got them out there and had them painting the fence. Boah. So that took about 2 hours to keep them entertained to do that. So have a daily routine, put it out for the kids to do. Next thing is, like I said, exercise. It's really important to get some exercise. But most people, nobody can go to the gym at the moment, so you've got to get the exercise in nifty, nice ways that you think will apply to you. That there are a lot of YouTube workout videos out there, a lot of people doing live Instagram streaming at the moment. So one way or another, you will find an exercise or practice that fits your pattern and what you like. And the simplest thing to do is just get your shoes on and go for a quick run around your estate, around where you live. If you think if you think you're in an area where you can't go out and do the run, you just have to find some other form of exercise in a small vicinity that you can to get some exercise in. Yes, so eating healthy as well is it's always been an important point. Staying nutritious, getting the nutrition in. I mentioned that in my previous video. It helps build the immunity. One thing we have discovered from recent studies, one published from China, was the method of action of how the coronavirus causes the inflammatory process, which causes the severe acute respiratory syndrome. That's what they call the SARS, the difficulty in breathing and the failure of the lung failure. It's something called IL-6, that is interleukin 6, and it causes a cytokine storm. It's a bit more medical term, essentially just rains down inflammatory markers on your lungs, and that's what causes the problem. But if you've got a strong immunity, your immune system can help to stave off the cytokine storm and slow that down or prevent that from happening, especially for those who've got the infection already. So that's about exercise, getting some good nutrition in, keeping in contact with family members. Right now, video calling has just been quite important. Calling family members, making sure they're all safe. Reaching out to people just to stay in contact so that the isolation itself does not weigh down on people. There are some people now with this isolation it's going to make them increase their anxiety levels, increase their depression levels, and we do not want that. We've got to reach out to people, stay in contact to keep things going. I mean, it's a very new situation for all of us. It's just a strange occurrence. It feels almost surreal. Interestingly, the subscription and the watch rate of the movie called Contagion has shot up on Amazon. And it's this movie is trending now because it's like we're leaving scenes out of the movie itself, Contagion. And I literally had to go watch the movie again. I'd seen it before, but I had to go watch it again just to remind myself of things that were happening there. Luckily, the kill rate of what was in the movie is not what we have here, which is good. I think right now with the coronavirus, the death rate globally is put at almost less than 3%. America seems to think that theirs is less. Africa, it's quite less in Africa, but the kill rate, putting in the Italian figures, is almost 3%. So going back, talking again, what else you can do? What else can you do? A lot of people are complaining on boredom. We see people have taken to social media, Facebook especially, to rant, to complain. There's something going on, #boredom, and it's really with nothing to do. People are stuck at home. We just have to find things to do. Of looking at things, this is actually a time people can use to build a new skill. You can go online and take quick online courses and register and build new skills. Dare I say, you might even try and see if you can learn a new language. Is it possible for you to learn a new language in this period of time, just to pick up little skills? There are apps like Babbel, and the popular one is called, I can't remember the name now, Rock. Starts with an R now, skip my mind, but I use Babbel. I was trying to use Babbel to boost my French, to get my French back to, I used to do French a long time ago, to get my French back to good. So I use Babbel for that. Listen to educative podcasts, videos. It's important now, the news, for instance, the news, it's been put out there. Although we have to keep abreast with what is happening, but I feel the news can be looked at like a casino. On one of my podcasts, one of the people I listen to described the news like a casino, which is quite right. You play once, you win something, you keep playing. It's like that. You keep checking for new information, but it's the same old information, and at some point you get some information. So we advise that you listen to the news maybe once or twice a day, early in the day, late in the evening. More than likely, if there's pertinent, imminent information, it will get to you one way or another with the wave of social media and WhatsApp messages going around. If you need to hear some breaking news, at some point it will land on your laps. That I can almost guarantee. I found out that 3/4 of the breaking news I've gotten myself is not from hunting things down on Sky News or Daily Mail. It literally just comes as a link sent to me on my phone, and I see it. If I see it as very important, I can click and be up to date with things that are happening. So I don't think you should be focused on listening to just the news, maybe once a day or twice a day. And like I said, important information, usually on social media will land on your lap. You just have to sift out what is important, what is misinformation. So going back to things, is there hope around the horizon? I mean, looking at things that are happening, UK lockdown ongoing at the moment, we expect that at the part of the curve, we will be peaking next week or the week after, because we think projected with the way the figures are coming from Italy, we are about 2 weeks behind Italy, so we are projecting a 2-week peak. Hopefully with the lockdown in place now, we might try and flatten that curve ever so slightly, which will actually be a good thing. But talking about hope around the horizon, there has been a lot of information on the internet regarding drugs that have been purported to work well in treating the COVID-19. It all started out with a statement put out by the President of the United States, Donald Trump, about chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine, that FDA had approved it. That was a bit, unfortunately, that was read wrongly. The FDA had not approved these drugs. They had collected the information and were processing it. This all came from 2 papers. First was a paper published from China, a small trial using chloroquine to treat coronavirus, and they showed that they had some good results. I shall put links to that study in this and my show notes as well. And the most recent one, published on the 16th or 17th of March from France in the International Journal of Microbiology, was the study done using hydroxychloroquine HQ and azithromycin. The combination itself specifically, off the top of my head, I don't want to give you wrong figures, I will put it up, had some promising results. They did a non-randomized trial using 20 patients, and the patients that had the placebo did not show any reduction in the viral load of coronavirus, the COVID-19. They did the study from day 1 to day 6, it's labeled D1 to D6. While the patients had, a set of patients had just the hydroxychloroquine alone, and on day 6, when they were tested using PCR, that's DNA testing, had a 50% reduction in their viral load for COVID-19. Now, for some of the 8 of the other patients, they added an antibiotic called azithromycin. Now, normally, an antibiotic, from time immemorial in medical school, we know antibiotics are not that effective for viral treatment, but this is given to cover a superimposed infection of bacteria, which can result when the virus attacks the body and weakens the immune system. Adding that drug on top of hydroxychloroquine, they found that on day 6, there was near to over a 90% reduction in the viral load of COVID-19. Now, this study is promising. The caveat to the study is that it is a small study of just 20 patients, and the full protocols of having a full-blown randomized double-blind placebo study have not been done. Now, good news is that with this on the horizon, big centers around the United States, in New York, in Chicago, and in San Francisco, are running concomitant clinical trials of up to 400 patients. And what they're using actually is that they're combining an antiviral, an anti-inflammatory, and the combination of these drugs, the hydroxychloroquine particularly, because it has a lower side effect profile as compared to chloroquine. Study in one of the centers in Chicago is looking at a drug called remdesivir, which was used in treating Ebola. They are showing promising results, but they've not published it yet. Same thing in New York. Now, this comes from, I think, a company called Gilead Science. It's a Gilead Science, I can't remember. And another drug from a company called Biotech Solutions, I think it is. And they are running clinical trials. So there may be something coming out there. Now, a vaccine we're still saying that it may take up to 18 months to get a vaccine. So we are not sure. Currently, according to latest research on the research website, there are about 26 clinical trials going on. About 10 of them are testing different vaccine modalities out. It's also being taken from plasma and blood from people that have recovered from the coronavirus itself, and that is being tested and used as in part of the clinical trials. So there is hope around the horizon, and we hope these things will work out well for us. But in the meantime, everybody stay safe. Try and keep busy. If you're in lockdown, get a good routine, exercise regularly, get good sleep, get good nutrition, contact someone daily to talk to them on the phone, and try and get something educative going. Oh yes, don't forget to laugh. That's I think that's really important. Do something that will make you laugh. Watch light-hearted comedy or activities that will get you going and get you laughing. Now, with the lockdown, we have the big joke around now is that we will see a big baby boom in 9 months' time. We don't know, but there may be other things, concomitant things happening. The ripple effect of this whole thing has not been seen, has not been felt. There's the economic effect, the emotional effect, family effect, intellectual, and the mental effect. We don't know. We shall see how it goes, and I'll try and keep bringing you more contact up to date with all the things that are going on. Stay safe there, guys, and all the best.